Welcome to another edition of VietnamPlus News. I'm Ngọc Duy bringing you the latest headlines from around the globe.
Vietnam's historic victory through the heart of an Argentine friend. Commemorative ceremony and parade marking 50th anniversary of national reunification. Party, state leaders pay tribute to President Ho Chi Minh. Prime Minister urges proactive engagement with U.S. on trade talks. Life thriving in once war-raged locality. For Poldi Sosa Schmidt, chairwoman of the Argentina, Vietnam Culture Institute, the victory on April 30, 1975, was not only a triumph for the Vietnamese people but also a shared victory for revolutionary forces and peace lovers around the world.
I still remember the time when I was very young and living in Europe. In May 1968, I was in France. The entire country was paralyzed. It felt like an explosion. People were protesting everywhere, in theaters, on the streets, in all public spaces. It was incredibly striking to witness such a powerful anti-war movement right in the heart of Europe. At that moment, it felt as though the conscience of the world was called Vietnam.
Reminiscing about those distant memories, Poldi brought out the April 30, 1975 edition of Granma, the official newspaper of the Communist Party of Cuba. The front page featured a bold headline, "Decisive Victory of the Vietnamese People, Saigon Surrenders Unconditionally."
We were overwhelmed with joy. Everyone rushed outside to confirm if the news was true. There was no internet or news bulletin back then. Just then, we saw Commander-in-Chief Fidel Castro, dressed in military uniform, arriving at the embassy of the Provisional Revolutionary Government of the Republic of South Vietnam. We told each other, if Fidel Castro came in uniform, the news must be true. And so, we poured into the streets, dancing, singing, shouting, and celebrating the victory.
According to Poldi, the victory remains a brilliant milestone in Vietnam's ongoing journey of national construction and defense. It is not only a source of pride for the Vietnamese people, but also a shining symbol of the universal aspiration for independence and freedom shared by peace lovers around the world.
I remember that Grandma, on April 30, 1975, published a special edition dedicated to Vietnam's victory. It was such joyous news that everyone embraced it with open hearts. Over the past 50 years, I've moved from country to country, from place to place, witnessing countless events and upheavals, both personal and global. Yet, I still keep that newspaper published on April 30, 1975, and consider it one of the treasures of my life.
The national level ceremony and parade commemorating the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and national reunification, April 30th, 1975, 2025, began at 6:30 a.m. on April 30th along Les Duan Boulevard and several central streets in District 1, Ho Chi Minh City. Attending the ceremony were leaders and former leaders of the party and state, representatives of the Vietnam Fatherland Front, revolutionary veterans, Vietnamese heroic mothers, heroes of the People's Armed Forces, labor heroes, leaders of ministries, central and local agencies, war veterans who contributed to the spring offensive victory of 1975, and thousands of invited guests representing all walks of life. Also in attendance were around 20 international delegations, representatives from more than 20 international sister cities of Ho Chi Minh City, as well as numerous foreign individuals who had contributed to anti-war and peace movements during Vietnam's struggle against foreign aggression. The program included a commemorative ceremony followed by a grand parade with around 13,000 participants. Prior to the official start of the event, a 30-minute artistic performance was held.
A high-ranking delegation of the Party Central Committee, State, National Assembly, Government and Vietnam Fatherland Front Central Committee laid wreaths and paid tribute at the mausoleum of President Ho Chi Minh on the morning of April 29th, on the occasion of the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and national reunification, April 30th, 1975-2025. The delegation solemnly expressed profound gratitude and deep respect for President Ho Chi Minh's immense contributions to the revolutionary cause of the party and the nation. The late leader devoted his entire life to the service of the people and the country, leading the party and the people to glorious victories. Following the tribute, the delegation laid wreaths and offered incense at the monument for heroic martyrs on Bac Sun Street near the mausoleum. Earlier the same day, delegations from the Central Military Commission, Ministry of National Defense, the Central Public Security Party Committee, Ministry of Public Security, and the Party Committee, People's Council and People's Committee of Hanoi also visited the mausoleum and the monument to pay their respects.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh has called on ministries and agencies to proactively engage with the U.S., as he chaired a meeting on April 29 to review preparations for upcoming trade negotiations. This was the sixth meeting focusing on implementing directions from the Party Central Committee, the Politburo, and Party General Secretary To Lam regarding adaptation to new U.S. tariff policies. Chin instructed ministries to proactively engage with the U.S. and clearly explain Vietnam's efforts on matters of concern. He also directed ministries to accelerate negotiations and sign contracts in May 2025 for the import of U.S. goods such as LNG, aircraft, pharmaceuticals, medical supplies, and agricultural products to ensure balanced and sustainable trade. Vietnamese agencies are engaging in discussions with the U.S. side to bring each other's import and export tariffs to lower and more matching levels. Vietnam is also urging the U.S. to recognize Vietnam as a market economy and lift restrictions on high-tech exports, thus supporting trade balance and technology transfer. Vietnam is also working with the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, and regional partners to ensure harmonized interests and sustainable trade balance under the ASEAN-US Comprehensive Strategic Partnership, he added. The government leader requested each ministry to prepare specific negotiation plans with the Ministry of Industry and Trade to gather and finalize the best one by April 30th.
Coochi District in the suburbs of Ho Chi Minh City has more than just a preserved relic site, the Coochi Tunnels. In fact, the area in the past 50 years has blossomed into thriving rural communities. With high-value economic models such as dairy farming, orchid cultivation, and ornamental fish breeding, Coochi has significantly improved the living standard for its residents.
In 1986, the party introduced a Doi Moi renewal policy, resulting in breakthrough changes. Before that, life was tough with the ineffective collective farming models. By allowing individual household production, life improved dramatically.
Over the past decade, local residents have voluntarily donated nearly 95 hectares of land and structures to develop rural transportation. With improved roads and open routes, agricultural products can now easily reach broader markets, boosting production and trade.
Residents donated land, the government funded roadworks, and many routes have now been paved with concrete. Recently, the Saigon River Embankment Project was launched, which will also support farming and protect against tidal flooding in the future.
Today, Coochi stands out for its successful, highly technical economic models. Binh My Commune, for instance, has transformed from a low-lying, acid sulfate land into a well-developed area after participating in the New Countryside Initiative. High-tech applications in production have been expanded, completing the agricultural value chain.
Nông nghiệp truyền thống thì cần cái diện tích lớn hơn rất nhiều.
Urban agriculture doesn't require vast tracts of land but focuses on high productivity. The key is improving production skills to achieve much higher yields from smaller plots than with conventional farming.
Năng suất của mình nó cao hơn rất nhiều so với canh tác truyền thống.
Vietnamese economy has seen remarkable progress. We prioritize support for locals with funding, livestock breeds, and crop varieties, as well as offering training to transfer scientific and technical know-how, creating sustainable and high-income farming models.
Once earned it the nickname the Ring of Fire, during the resistance war against the American imperialists, Coochi has transformed into a fertile and prosperous land.